Hello and welcome to another episode of Totally Football Transfers. The date today is Wednesday the 14th of June, and let's start by discussing the story on everybody's lips around Kylian Mbappe. Unsurprisingly, all of the top teams, except, if you believe them, Real Madrid, are clamouring for the Frenchman's signature, and PSG apparently are looking at some alternatives already. They've reported to have had conversations with Harry Kane already, and they have had some interest previously with Randall Muani from Frankfurt. So there may be some movement there in the next couple of days. PSG have already been pretty busy this summer. They've obviously let go Messi to Inter Miami, but they've signed Asensio from Real Madrid, Agati from Sporting, and Martin Skriniar from Inter Milan. They've also got Kang In Lee coming from Mallorca and Cher Endor from Benfica in the next couple of days. So PSG are certainly looking to reshape their squad. Another player that lots of teams are looking at is Gabri Veiga from Celta Vigo. Liverpool are currently reported to be interested for around 40 million euros. It's suggested that he may have a release clause for around that figure, and Liverpool do like to do business with release clauses if they can. Obviously, it makes everything move a lot more smoothly and quickly, as it's just negotiation with the player from that point onwards. Talking of difficult negotiations, Tottenham are still trying to get David Raya from Brentford. Manchester United have apparently started negotiations with Brentford as well for the player. Where he will end up, it's pretty likely that he'll stay in the Premier League, having proven over the last 2 seasons that he is a very good goalkeeper. But will it be Manchester United? Will it be Spurs or somebody else? We shall see. Staying with the Premier League again, Chelsea are looking to offload a number of players, as we've previously discussed. Romelu Lukaku is reported to be interesting Galatasaray in Turkey, and as well as teams in Saudi Arabia. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is also reported to be interesting Saudi clubs. It's probably easier to say who isn't, but there we are. Any player over the age of 30 is pretty much on the list, apparently. West Ham are reported to be interested in former Arsenal youngster Yunus Musah from Valencia. The midfielder is reported to be a potential option to replace Declan Rice if his protracted move does happen in the next couple of weeks. Bayern Munich are thought to be out of the running, leaving Manchester City and Arsenal as the 2 main candidates for Rice's signature. West Ham are also reported to be looking at Ajax's Edson Alvarez, but the player is reported to favour a move to Borussia Dortmund instead of London. In yesterday's bonus episode, I talked about a Lyon player that I actually think would be a very good replacement for Rice. Johan Lepenant. Have a look at his stats and look at his overall play and let me know what you think, West Ham fans. Personally, I think 21, played 30 odd games for Lyon, Champions League experience, looks 6 foot tall, strong. He looks like the perfect replacement for Declan Rice to me. Borussia Mönchengladbach's Manu Kone is reported to be interesting a lot of clubs across the Premier League. Liverpool were linked last week, Aston Villa and Wolves are linked today. Inter Miami and Atletico Madrid are both talking to Jordi Alba after he was released last week from his Barcelona contract. I think the most likely outcome there is probably Inter Miami, given the age of the player and the opportunity to go and play with Messi again. But who knows, maybe the option to stay in Spain for a year or 2 before heading off to pastures new would be tempting. What else do we have? Oh, Barcelona again. They are looking to sign Victor Roque from Atletico Paranaense in Brazil. Football Manager fans will be familiar with this youngster, as he's a very good player on the game. Given Barcelona's financial fair play issues, it has been mooted that the player would be coming, or payment for the player would be coming in 3 instalments, just showing you how far Barcelona have fallen. But maybe it's all about financial restructuring and we're being a little harsh. Lastly, Champions League finalist Edin Dzeko is reported to be leaving Inter Milan in the next few days on a free transfer. Fenerbahce are reported to be interested, so that could be interesting in Turkey next year if Lukaku ends up at Galatasaray and Dzeko at Fenerbahce. More likely, however, is one or both of the players ends up in Saudi Arabia. That is it for today. If you have any comments, questions, or additional gossip that I've not covered, please do drop us a message. You can drop us a comment in the sections below, or if you're listening through Spotify, you can drop us a voice comment as well. Yesterday I responded to a listener question around potential replacements for Declan Rice, and I'm very happy to dig deeper into the archives and try to identify suitable players that perhaps are not being immediately discussed.